Wow, I'm reacting to 2 Asmongold reaction videos. The meta runs deep, and apparently, these freaks who are trying to censor video games and media in general, and just straight up anything that they find problematic or they don't like, they want gamers arrested. How about that? And I think it's coming. I think we are going to start seeing regular people being arrested for nonsense censorship. All right, tell us about it, Asmongold. What happened? What's this video that you are reacting to that I am reacting to you reacting to?
They trying to arrest anybody who says negative shit about them. Remember that group of
Yeah, good luck with that.
annoying ass bitches in Australia that tried to get video games, you know, like Steam to get rid of
Collective cry? I mean, collective shout?
video games because they were fucking bored. Well, they've been getting a little bit of pushback, and now they want gamers arrested. Big surprise, huh?
Oh,
Collective
yeah.
shout? Yes. Collective Karens.
You're a gamer. You play games.
Yep.
But what
Collective emotional instability.
if a group of people decided that your hobby
Look
was
at
a
'em.
crime?
Wow.
What if they wanted to use police, even international police, to come after you just for disagreeing
International police. Yeah, good luck with that. Hey, international police, go fuck yourself.
with them? That's not a joke. It's happening right now, and it's all thanks
I hope the UK is just like, you know what? We're going to sign an arrest warrant for this guy, Fable's Folly. Okay, good luck with that.
to a group called Collective Shout, who are trying to get anyone who
Collective pout.
stands against them arrested.
That's
Meet
right.
Collective Shout, an Australian group that
And by the
decided
way, this won't work. The more that you get upset, the more that people will want to bully and attack you.
Yep. Oh boy. Oh man. It's only gonna get worse. It is only gonna get worse. Their rhetoric is gonna get worse, and the people who are attacking them, they're only gonna get worse. Dude. Oh man. That's why I'm here, reacting to these absolute retards, humiliating them, and I'm just laughing. I don't get mad here.
This is something like a lot of, like, I think that a lot of these people, like, generally, I think that especially certain types of women on the internet assume
Old
that
bitches.
playing the victim will just get people to, like, defend them. And to a certain extent it will. But what I don't think that they
Only stupid people defend victims. People who try to pretend that they're victims over words and video games that they don't like.
understand is that it also means that you're bleeding. It and if you can
Yeah, they're bleeding once a month.
bleed, you can, if it bleeds, we can kill it. As soon as people realize that they can get to you, and you show that it
I never trust anything that bleeds for a week and doesn't die.
gets to you,
Mr. Garrison.
you're done. You're cooked.
Greatest quote of all time.
Yep. Bully logic. Yep. Exactly. It's afraid. Yes.
they didn't like some of the games on platforms like Steam and itch.io.
Exactly.
So what did they do after Gaben wouldn't listen to their complaints? They went after the money. They sent a letter to major payment companies like PayPal and MasterCard demanding they stop working with these game stores. Their argument was that some of the games had extreme content, framing
Dude, those forehead wrinkles run deep.
it as illegal and that it should be removed. The thing is, it worked. The payment companies gave in. They told the game
I'm glad it worked. I'm so glad it worked. You know why? Because the thing that we've been talking about for years is finally happening, and it's not going the way they thought it would. And I fucking love it. Dude, it is blowing up in their faces.
It's worked previously with other things too. Large groups of bored middle-aged women that have lingering resentment towards men because their husband doesn't like them anymore because they're fat,
Or they're just perpetually single and never had a husband.
are probably the greatest threat to Western society that we have right now. They're worse than Hamas. They're worse than Russia. They're worse than, you know, any like African warlord. They're worse than MS-13. They are the prime evil.
clean up their act, or they would lose service.
I agree.
The game platforms removed thousands of titles to make sure that they fell in line with these financial
The
companies'
enemies
rules.
within.
This
Yes.
response not only hurt the players of these games, it also caused financial damage to real people, including the thousands of developers who spent countless hours on the art.
Yeah, this collective shout group and groups like it need to be careful whenever they come after the industries like this, entire industries. They're not coming after a couple of companies. They went after the entire industry. And if these corporations start losing money because of this collective shout group and groups like it, they're going to start banding together against these people, and they're going to start springing up lawsuits left and right.
And game development.
Of course.
It wasn't only that though. One of PayPal's largest acquiring banks terminated its service with Steam in every currency other than 6. So now it's no longer just about adult games. Nearly every single person on the platform is
people need to stop using PayPal. Simple as that.
now directly affected. Also, when a bank terminates its service with a merchant, they report it to the match list. We covered it in our previous video, but it's a secret confidential list that top banks and financial companies like MasterCard and Visa use to monitor risky merchants.
I had no idea this existed. Holy shit. So they actually are like colluding. All the banks, all the payment processors are fucking colluding against us. What the fuck, man? How is this allowed?
Imagine it.
So why don't they just, I mean, like, can't you just use that as evidence for an antitrust lawsuit and then just do this? Because in my opinion, like, the big problem...
Yeah, they're working with each other against us.
That I think we have with a lot of these people doing stuff like this is that they get away with it. That's the big issue. It's that they get away with it.
And too many stupid people are not paying attention, don't know, don't care. They hear about it, people tell them about it, and they're like, what am I going to do about it? I can tell you what you can do about it. Switch your payment processor. Don't let your bank censor you. Because if you turn a blind eye now, it only gets worse. It only gets worse. Just wait. Just wait. They'll start putting you in jail because you don't want to take the COVID vaccine or something similar to that.
And not only do they get away with it, but in the limited times that they don't, all they get is a fine. That's the problem. Not framing the game as illegal. The games are illegal in Australia. They wanted illegal games to not be sold in Australia. Well, that's up to Steam.
Yeah, sure, cool, fine. Yeah, Australia doesn't want those games? Sure, take them down. I don't care. Australia, that's a country that I'm never going to go to. I do not care about. But once an Australian Karen collective, everything's going sideways. Everything's going sideways. Bro, how are we allowing them to affect America? How is that allowed? It's not, actually. There's actually things going on right now that are going to stop these things from happening, but they need to happen faster before they start taking over the United States, because it will happen. Right now, they haven't completely taken over.
It as a big red flag or a warning telling other banks not to work
That's
with Valve.
the government.
Although the match list
that's the government's decision. It's not their decision.
database is kept extremely private, the fact a bank has terminated service with Valve means they are
Absolutely.
highly likely to be on this blacklist. After
Yeah,
their
they should make these blacklists illegal. It's obvious cartel behavior.
Yep.
Everybody knows it. They'll regret using their real names, too. I think that they already have.
collect
Yeah, they don't know. They don't know that you shouldn't be using your real names while you're actively going against an entire industry. They're retarded and old, and they don't know how the internet actually works. I'm surprised they got in this meeting, but they probably have these meetings constantly and have been since COVID. So they're probably pretty well versed on how the Zoom meeting goes or whatever they're using.
Shout couldn't stop talking about the situation. You'd think a group that got what it wanted would move on to bigger things.
Yeah.
But of course, this group doesn't actually care about protecting anyone other than removing content they don't like. To defend their actions, Collective Show has been trying to paint these games as highly illegal to larger organizations that have little understanding of gaming, like a United Nations Special Rapporteur. A UN Rapporteur are independent human rights experts who simply investigate.
Dude, every fucking time. Dude, every fucking time. With these old bitches, man. With these old bitches. Have no idea what they're doing.
And advise on issues. The fact that Collective Show is trying to get
another Karen apparatus, by the way. It's like a Russian nesting doll of groups of Karens trying to stop people from doing things that they disagree with. What a pathetic state of things to be in, huh? What?
Yeah, these groups of people, back in the day, they were the ones who were like starting the flappers movement. They were the ones who were like trying to get women's civil rights. But now that they've got it all, they can't stop. They keep going.
The fuck is a human rights expert? It's a call to Karen. That's it.
On their side.
A human rights expert, you know what else that is? That's called bullshit, so they can justify being paid for nothing.
Shows they're actively working to legitimize their claims to a wider non-gaming audience. And now, they found a partner in a report from a group.
Yeah, it'd be one thing if these people did this, like, out of the goodness of their hearts. It's another that this is their actual fucking job. They get paid to do this.
Called the Online Hate Prevention Institute.
Of course.
This report, which sides with Collective Shout, is just saying why they think this censorship is so good and framing the pushback from gamers as a hateful, misogynistic campaign. But
be careful what you wish for, because you might actually, in fact, be right.
I'm actually all of the ists and isms. I'm a racist, misogynist, bigot, transphobe, homophobe. I'm all of them.
the most interesting part is when you reach the bottom conclusion. The Online Hate Prevention Institute
I will be everything that you hate.
Has been shocked by both the extreme nature and volume of the content we have seen attacking Collective Shout.
I think this is going to be the big difference between like what happened in 2014 and what happened now, what's happening now, is that I think that a lot of the emotional manipulation doesn't work anymore. And what happens now is that I think a lot of people are like, if you want to be the victim, good, I'm going to make you the victim.
Here's the problem. Here's the problem that they have right now is that we've all been through this. We all know how it goes. We all know how these people play these games. The people that it actually would work on is the children. Here's the problem. Gen Z's not buying games. Gen Alpha is not playing games. They're playing like one or two. They're playing like Roblox and Fortnite. And that's it. So who are they talking to? Who are they going to manipulate? They can't manipulate us. So we've already been through this. We've been through this since fucking 2012, 2014, that era, the Gamergate 1.0. We've already been through this decades at this point.
Like that's the way that I think a lot of people,
like ever since the 90s, really,
on the internet think now. Whereas back in the Gamergate days, it was much more about winning the argument, explaining to people why they're wrong. I think that's changed. I think people are tired of playing nice. And
now we're playing the we're going to become everything you hate. Go fuck yourself.
That's why these people are getting harassed. People are fed up with giving into this bullshit. They are. Yeah, you want to be a victim? All right.
Okay. Yep. Exactly what I've been saying.
Who work there and those that serve on its board of directors.
Give them reason to cry wolf. Yep, definitely. No more talking, just action. Exactly.
And yeah, they sparked a war. They declared war, treating us as enemies, using that language, calling us their enemies. Well, if you want a war, you got it.
And I think also, like, there's no limiter for that either. Like, once guys on the internet realize that they can do this and it works, oh, bro, then, like, it's over. Just, they're going to go crazy.
Yeah. All these types of people, they're going to be shut the fuck down. They won't be able to even enter the gaming space.
The Connect comes from accounts across multiple platforms. In some cases, new throwaway accounts have been created in an effort to anonymously post threats while trying to avoid any consequences.
Yeah.
These are serious cases of cyber harassment, and there needs to be government responses, including...
These people, they're fucking retarded because they don't even realize why Steam has porn games in the first place. It's so they can be regulated. Because nobody remembers because nobody plays porn games. But I've been keeping up with the black market gaming industry through YouTube videos for years. So I know a little bit about what was going on before Steam started using the porn games, before they started platforming the porn games. It was because there was a black market. and people were being harmed. And it was really fucking bad. So Steam released their thing and it was regulated and everything was hunky-dory, everything was Gucci. And then these people come along. You're just, if this works, if Collective Shout works, if they get their things done, all it's gonna do is create a black market again. The black market for porn games is gone. And it's gonna come back. And if you get rid of the regular video games, then the regular video games will also be on the black market. And there'll be nothing that you can do about it. Nothing. No regulations whatsoever.
International cooperation between law.
People say, is Zelensky speaking? Is that true? Let me go back. I'm going to see if that's actually accurate. Because if it is, I will watch this. Now, it looks like it's not true. Yeah, I don't know where that came from. Yeah, I got confused.
Law enforcement agencies. Threats of death and rape are not free speech, not even in the United States, where some of the trolls clearly come from. We're not talking about your local police. We're talking about agencies that deal with serious international crimes. They're asking for
and they're gonna be busy with video games. Get the fuck out of here.
Help from organizations like Interpol. It's crucial to understand that Interpol isn't a police force that would directly arrest you.
No.
Instead, it's a network that communicates between different countries' police. It would allow an Australian police force, like the Australian Federal Police,
yeah, come after me, bitch. Come after me, Australia!
To coordinate with agencies in other countries, like the FBI in the US, to track down and investigate people. So Collective Shout's allies want to use laws that were designed to fight cybercrime, like harassment, threats, and defamation, to go after gamers who simply just don't want their games.
Well, what they want to do is that they want to be able to create a self-appointed government apparatus that they're in control of, and they also don't want anybody to be able to push back against them. That's, I think, the big thing that's going on right now.
And that's really what any, like, power seekers actually want. They want to be able to do whatever they want, all the things that they want to do, with no pushback.
Is it they want to be able to control and tell everybody else what to do, but they don't want anybody else to be able to say, shut up.
Censored and controlled by people who have never played a video game in their life.
That's what it is.
And while no one should accept threats of violence,
well, even if they did play video games, it doesn't matter.
People have found that Collective Shout has been faking threats against themselves to gain sympathy and get donations. They genuinely think that if they just say the games are illegal and anyone who speaks up against them is misogynistic or a rapist, that it will just make everyone agree and listen to them. Remember, like Valve has said,
this isn't 2014 with Gamergate. Gamers at this point, and I think people on the internet, especially young guys, have no problem being the villains.
Yep.
If you're saying that...
Yeah, especially since I'm right with God, or at least I feel like I'm right with God. So, like, I'll be the villain. As long as my God tells me that I'm doing good, then I'm fine with it. And so far, it seems like he's actively telling me, hey, push back against this, and I'm doing it.
You're getting bullied and you're getting harassed and it's scaring you, they're gonna say good. The age of, you know, like, again...
Can't take the heat, get out of the kitchen.
And the reason why that's happened is because you have made any degree of...
Yep, you made your bed, lie in it.
...productive conversation and reasonable discourse impossible. That's it. Like, yeah, good, maybe cry...
Yeah, the whole thing's based on lies. So you've got no leg to stand on.
Yeah, exactly. Like, that's what's going to happen.
They were targeting were legal and fit inside their
original
capitulation
policies.
Is over.
It's
so it
totally
genuinely
over.
seems like Collective Shout may actually start to work with police to pursue criminal charges against gamers.
Yeah,
Collective
it's not.
Shout,
What's that gonna do? It's gonna make it worse, is what it's gonna do. If a regular gamer gets locked up because they're against Collective Shout, oh boy, they've got another thing coming.
There's people in Serbia that are doing this, people in China that are doing this.
Imagine what happens when you have a military force captures one of our Marines. What do the Marines do? They go in and get them.
Russia that are doing this. Nobody's going to get arrested over this. Maybe one person's going to get arrested. Otherwise, nothing's going to happen.
Yeah, yeah. Because if they arrest one person and it's the wrong person, and it's somebody the internet really wants to get behind, oh boy. Oh boy, it's going to be one of the biggest movements of all time.
Like, you're not going to call the internet police and try to backtrace everybody on 4chan that's, you know, harassing you on the internet. It's just not real.
Into a space that's not theirs, trying to control it, and they don't want anyone to speak up against it. They got cooked so hard they had to private their X account, which is most likely why they had to start begging for donations, as they were starting to look bad for their supporters.
That's
so let
right.
that all sink in. A group is trying to get international police involved. They want law enforcement to target people who oppose them. Although Collective Shout tries to act like the victims, this campaign has already directly affected thousands of developers, many of them small, independent creators who lost their income overnight.
Oh yeah, and they're fucking pissed.
Luckily, Valve is on their side, but that still doesn't change the fact that their previous work
Valve isn't on their side. Valve is just simply doing what they need to do in order to make their business viable. I don't think they're really on anybody's side.
Yeah, because, like, once this becomes unstable, the whole thing falls apart.
Removed. So Collective Shout is directly responsible for inflicting financial damage on thousands of people. Because Collective Shout is an Australian group, these developers could group together and file a class action lawsuit against them for economical damages.
Yeah, they should. That would be funny.
I guarantee you it's gonna happen.
Win would be in an Australian court, as US courts would have difficulty claiming jurisdiction over an Australian organizations for actions that launched overseas. This is just a thought for all the game developers who are affected, as these power-hungry people won't stop until they face consequences.
That's right. That's true. Then they'll never stop. Because, again, if they stop, then they lose their power.
Yep.
That's the reason why.
And we have to take them all down. We have to put in measures to prevent things like this from happening, because if we get rid of a Collective Shout and then that's it, there's just gonna be another one take their place.
So if they're never going to stop, they're never going to run out of things to complain about. There's always going to be something else that's worse. They will never stop because that's their entire life.
They get paid for it.
Won't just stop here. According to MasterCard's rules, any game with
if Collective Shout goes, then all these people have to find different jobs.
Non-consensual mutilation could be hit, and since Steam is now forced to follow their rules, this means nearly every top game could get removed. By not fighting back, we are allowing a small group to dictate what is acceptable for an
like even a lot of problematic games like Schedule 1, not happening.
Entire global community.
That's correct. It's completely correct. And I think everybody should push back about this as much as possible. I mean, I don't advocate for harassment. Like, this is my viewpoint is that, like,
I don't advocate for harassment either, but I think that these people, they wanted a war. They literally call us their enemies. So, like, what do we do with that? What do we do with that?
I don't feel bad whenever these people get harassed, even if it's something that's really bad, because you shouldn't have done it. You should not have inserted yourself into other people's lives and tried to push them around and bully them around and then make them do what you want them to do. You should have never done it. If you didn't want this to happen, you shouldn't have stepped into the arena. Get out of the arena. Stop pushing people in different directions. That's the real problem.
Has signed an executive order that is meant to stop banks from debanking or denying financial services for political or reputational risk reasons. So if it is a lawful activity, they can't deny it, which is what's happening exactly here. While this executive order is a big step, it's not a full law just yet and won't help everyone around the world. Now, regardless,
that fucking whole brand damaging thing, that's bullshit. Because what if they decide that they're going to be a Nazi company? Anything that's anti-Nazi is brand damaging, they decide to ban all that. Get that fucking shit out of here, man.
Regardless of how long it takes, I wouldn't be surprised if Valve comes out with a solution so they no longer have to be dependent on these large financial companies.
Yeah, partner with X. Have X pay.
That's probably what they're going to do. I mean, like, they're not stupid. I mean, they can see that this is obviously a problem, and the real solution for it will be creating a separate payment system to
Yeah, I can see it. I can see them right now already that they're going to partner with Elon Musk.
To completely subvert that. So they attack us gamers, calling us ists and phobes while celebrating ruining our hobby, and then they get upset, and then whenever we get upset and then claim harassment, odd how that works. Well, that's the problem. And I think, again, people's goodwill towards these people is gone. Like, there's no goodwill left. There are only, like,
I had no goodwill for them in the first place.
low road has been chosen, and gamers will meet you there. And so will the collective greater population of the internet. That's what's happened.
You support the developers, speak out against this kind of censorship, and whatever you do, don't let them win.
No, I don't think that anybody
ads,
will.
it's so-
And that definitely won't happen. Imagine Elon stepping in with X payments to restore
Yeah,
gaming. I mean,
man.
I think it's a big problem for everybody. And we're speaking in Russian right now. I see. Yeah, I'll probably watch like maybe a translated version of that later on. Probably not right now. Exactly perfectly said. Fuck them. Yeah, no, I think so. And this is just really what's been happening with a lot of with a lot of things, is that things get censored and they get changed. And I think people are just tired of having these very small interest groups that don't represent the actual population of people that are consuming this content, that are exercising their power in order to take people's stuff away from them. I just think that in general, nobody likes that. And so now they're getting harassed and they're getting bullied, and
Especially a fucking Australian fucking company. Are you serious? Are you serious? Australia's gonna be the one?
you know, this is obviously not good, making threats at people.
Like, this is some stuff that would come out of China. And Australia is gonna be the one. And I feel like Europe and Australia, I feel like they're going the ways of China, and I feel like they're on the fast track to becoming worse than China when it comes to censorship, which is fucking insane. Fucking insane.
But you would have never had this happen if you didn't start trying to push people around.
Yep.
If you don't want people to push back, don't push them. Stop. And this is the big problem that I think these people have. And this is the same thing. Do you remember that girl the other day that was like making like all those negative, like, is her account still on private? Yeah, maybe her account's still on private. I have no idea. Yeah, her account's still on private. So you had no problem talking shit and saying negative stuff about me. But the moment that things turn around, well, now you're the victim. Now you're protected. Now you don't want anybody to have it. By the way, I'm not sorry about any of this, and I don't think anybody that's doing this stuff to collective shout is sorry either. I don't think that they care. They don't care about being right. They don't care about being on the, moral side of it. They just care about creating a punishment situation that is so unpleasant for the people that are trying to bully them and push them around that it makes them not want to do it.
And it's fucking hilarious. I absolutely love it. They're getting their comeuppance. Fuck around and find out. Fafo! Like, comment, subscribe, ring the bell for all notifications if you want to see these people absolutely destroy themselves.